What do you go to at the end of a difficult day? What rescues it when you shut the door behind you and leave the day behind? All of its trials and hardships, and you have some time to give to something, to relax with something, to delight in something. Judas of Iscariot had a delight. He had something that he liked to be alone with. He had this private face, this private delight in money. He tried to hide his love of money. Once you could see his heart, actually. Once he betrayed, perhaps, himself. When he argued about the jar of pure nard broken at the feet of Jesus, that it was worth a year's wages, and that Jesus wasn't worth the sacrifice of a year's wages worth of perfume. Jesus wasn't worth that much. I mean, of course, he said the money could have been used to feed the poor, and that was his cover-up. See, he was good at hiding what he really valued. But Jesus wasn't enough to make a bad day a good day for Judas. It was having his hand in the money bag that really lit him up, that really delighted him. But of course, he had to hide that. See, in Matthew 13, verse 45, it talks about the pearl of great price. And the man that sold all, he sold everything he had, because that one thing is all he needed. That one thing is what lit him up on the inside. I guess I think of Mary and Martha and how Martha, I like how Jesus interrupts her. Martha, Martha, she was worked up and annoyed that there were things to be done. There was the weight of this and the weight of that, and no one was helping. But Jesus said, Martha, one thing is necessary. If you have the one thing that is necessary, if you have the pearl of great price, then all the other stuff you can drop. All the other stuff you don't need. And that because your delight is in that. It lights you up on the inside. See, you know what your treasure is. It is the thing that you really delight most in. It is the thing that you go to rescue you from a difficult day. Peter was having a difficult day in Rome when he was destined to be crucified by Nero. But he knew what his treasure was worth. Being crucified for his faith, giving up all he had for that one thing. What do you go to at the end of a difficult day? What rescues it? See, Judas had preached the gospel, healed the sick, sung the hymns and walked the roads with Jesus. And yet he had never really bowed the knee and surrendered all. The man who sold all he had for the pearl of great price. In Judas's heart, there was a greater treasure than Christ. Before the crucifixion, both Peter and Judas pulled out of following Jesus. And in their betrayals are two very different stories, two completely opposite reactions to their hidden sin coming out into the light. Judas could not, would not take who he was in the light of day to Jesus. He went off and he hung himself in shame and distress. He could not surrender all. Peter did the right thing. He took who he was, his sin in the light of day, to Jesus. In Rome, Peter did not deny Christ to save his life, but laid down all for that pearl of great prize. You know what your treasure is. It is the thing that you really delight most in. It is the thing that you go to rescue you from a difficult day.